One way to look at the state of the world right now is that the world is crying out and begging for you and your gifts. That your gifts are needed. All the artists, all the healers, all the people with the vision for a better world. We've never been more needed. And for most of us anyway, it's never felt more complicated to actually offer and share our gifts in a sustainable way. So last week I started the new marketing as a creative and spiritual practice calls, which we're going to do every month for everyone who's in Dreambook with me, working with me there. And we did the first call and we did an alchemy meditation around shining your light, thinking about who your work is for, thinking about the essence, the soul of your work, those people that the work is for, and how you may want to reach them. And then we had a beautiful, beautiful conversation about where everyone's at with that. And, where you're at is where you're at. And everyone's going to have a different experience with it. So some people are saying, oh, before I can really focus on shining my light, actually, I feel like there's changes I want to make to what I'm doing. And that's very common right now. A lot of people are feeling alone in it or frustrated that they don't know what to, and it's so frustrating as a creative person to not know what you want to do next. But a lot of people are noticing are feeling like, I don't know what I want to do next, or I don't want to keep doing what I've been doing, I'm not quite sure, or I kind of know but I'm not totally. Yeah, the world is changing and our dreams are changing and we're being called to change. So I just want to validate that, whatever's happening for you there, and encourage you to give yourself space with it. So for some people, when they did that meditation, that they really came up with, oh yeah, like I want to focus on figuring out what it even means to shine my light, to offer my gifts, how I want to be showing up right now. And for some people, it's like, I know what I want to be doing. I don't know how to reach people right now. Some people have been kind of feeling disconnected from offering their work. Like the last few years has been hard. Not everyone's been able to keep showing up. Totally, totally valid. And people are looking at, how do I step back in? Right? So wherever you are with it, taking time to do that practice of, it was about a 15 or 20 minute meditation, maybe 15, of just really settling and connecting with your gifts, looking at who you're offering it to, how you're offering it, how you want to build that path, right? And then just keep practicing it and start practicing the things that come from it. So whatever the questions that come up, the fears that come up, whatever it is that happens for you, the work, marketing as a creative and spiritual practice, is just to practice with whatever shows up for you. So the last week I've been doing that meditation and just kind of being with it and noticing how it's feeling a little different than it has in the past. The idea of marketing is shining your light. I first taught about that in 2011. So it's not something new for me. That was how it felt to me as I learned about the marketing world's way of doing marketing, and then thinking about how do I want to do that myself and what feels honoring of my gifts and the people that my gifts are for and all of that. And that's just how it felt like shining that light. But right now, as I do this practice, it's been feeling quite different. So I've just been giving myself space to do the meditation, notice the thoughts and ideas, and not act on them. Remember this? In August, I did 30 days of journaling and meditation on slow the fuck down, be as creative, powerful, and magnetic as you are. And this message came from my dream. It was telling me, this is what I need right now. And it wasn't just for 1 month. It's kind of like, this is how we're doing things from now on. Like when I say we, it's like my dream, partnering with the soul of your dream, right? And also the soul of the Creative Dream Incubator, who are like, this is what we need from you. So slowing down, because my pre-pandemic self would have done that meditation, and by day 3 I would have been wanting to do something with it. And now it's a week later and I'm just starting in the meditation, like following your actual thoughts, feelings, ideas, not what you think you should think, feel, or the ideas you think you should be getting out of it, but what's actually happening. And what's actually happening for me is that a week in, I started to be curious about, so if I'm holding this feeling, how it feels to shine my light in this particular way at this particular time, what does that look like on the other end? What does it look like for the person encountering my work? As in, what are the channels that I want to use? Where do I want to be putting myself out there? I love that it took me a week to even ask that question, and that now I'm just going to sit with that question and not act again, because I just feel like trying to get there as fast as possible is one of the things that needs to fall apart, as so much in the world is falling apart. As the world changes, our dreams are changing. Our dreams, what I think this is across the board, what our dreams need from us now is be more devoted, be more congruent. So devotion and congruence take time. For me, what this means in a practical sense is, don't act until you can act while holding that feeling from the meditation that we're doing about shining the light. And it's really got me thinking about how I was, like, especially my pre-pandemic self. I've been teaching this work for a long time, of connecting with the soul of your dream and partnering with it and allowing it to guide, right? And so I would do that around getting the intel about what I should do or how I should do a thing. But the way I would do the work, sometimes I'm kind of pushing myself to get things done. Sometimes once I have a clear to-do list, I kind of zone out and just do it. Sometimes I listen to like really upbeat music to keep me kind of like up and like get this done. And I would be happy with the work I did at the end, but I wasn't feeling that deep congruence every moment that I was doing the work. And I'm not shaming, blaming, making myself wrong for how I was doing things. That's just how I was doing things. And of course there were times when I would be frustrated and kind of stressed out, but still like, oh, I just want to get this done, right? What I'm noticing is that I don't want to do that going forward, and that what I want to do is hold that feeling, that essence of shining the light, connected to the soul of the work, the soul of whatever the project is, the soul of the business, the Creative Dream Incubator, and then connecting to the people the work is for and holding that light. And the way that feels is so expansive and congruent, right? I'm really congruent with my own values and my gifts, and also who I'm growing into. There's this like, there's a felt sense in my body of that congruence. And if I hold that while I do the tasks, yes, that's going to slow me down. And it shifts my options, because it's like some of the things, all the little admin details, like, I don't know, some things are going to have to change in terms of how I would do things. And I'm very excited to explore what this might mean. So that's where I'm at 1 week into the Marketing as a Creative and Spiritual Practice. We're going to keep doing this every month for as long as it feels juicy, or until it turns into something else. I mean, I have the call scheduled for December, January, February, and we'll see also as a group what it's leading us to. Very excited about that. And if you weren't on the first call, you can still get that replay as soon as you join Dreambook. It's there. You get that meditation, and you can practice with us, for the next couple of weeks before we do the next thing with it on the next call.